Pick up your phone. Don't just look at the screen, do a digital audit. Open your camera roll, scroll through the last few weeks. What do you see? Is it screenshots of work chats, photos of your avocado toast, selfies? Or do you see gigabytes, hundreds, maybe thousands of photos of a creature that doesn't even know the internet exists? Look around you. The world has changed. We see strollers occupied not by babies, but by French bulldogs. We see people throwing birthday parties for cats, complete with tuna cakes and party hats. We see an entire industry, from dog psychics to orthopedic mattresses for dachshunds that cost more than your own bed. And more often, we hear the phrase spoken without a hint of irony. I don't want kids, I have my dog. Skeptics, older generations, or just the cynical among us often laugh at this. They call it infantilism. They say, you're just playing house, or it's a surrogate, a poor substitute for the real thing. They think it's just a role-playing game for bored millennials and Gen Z. But science says otherwise. This isn't a game, and it's not pretend. If we could look inside your skull right now, we'd see something amazing. From a neurobiological perspective, your brain doesn't see a fundamental difference between a human child and a pet. When you look into your dog's eyes and feel that warm rush in your chest, your endocrine system doesn't say, "Oh, that's just an animal." It fires the exact same cascade of reactions, releasing the exact same opioids and hormones as if you were holding your own newborn baby. We have stopped being just owners. We have become interspecies parents. But why is this happening now, and why on such a massive scale? Is it just because they are cute and fluffy? Or are we just that lonely? The answer lies much deeper. We treat them like children because they offer us something that a human child, for all their wonder, cannot give us. Absolute, immutable stability. A love that never grows up, never judges, and never leaves. Today, we are going to deconstruct this phenomenon. We'll find out why your brain thinks they are your biological kin, why this is actually a sign of high emotional intelligence, not madness, and why this relationship might just be the most honest one you will ever have. Let's start with the foundation, like the concept of the eternal child. If you have a human child, your primary job as a parent is a paradox. You must raise them so that they can eventually leave you. That is the brutal, necessary truth of human parenting. You teach them to walk so they can walk away. You teach them to speak so they can eventually argue with you. You invest everything so they become autonomous adults who essentially won't need you to survive anymore. Successful parenting is defined by separation, but a pet is a child frozen in time. They are Peter Pan, they will never grow up. They will never pack a suitcase and move to college across the country. They will never bring home a fiancé you hate. They will never be too busy to call you. They remain forever in that sweet toddler phase, totally dependent, looking at you like you are a god. For people who have a deep-seated fear of abandonment, or for those with a hyperactive need to feel needed, a pet is the perfect psychological lock. A lock that no one can pick to escape. They always need you to feed them. They always need your help to open the door. This total dependence creates a powerful sense of safety for the owner. You don't have to worry about the relationship degrading or changing. It is preserved in amber at the point of maximum attachment. But let's dig into the biology. Have you ever looked at your cat or dog and felt a sudden, uncontrollable surge of aggression? A desire to squeeze them so hard they squeak or even bite their ear? You might think you're losing your mind because you love them, yet you want to crush them. Relax, you aren't a maniac. Psychologists call this cute aggression. It's a circuit breaker for your brain. When the levels of adoration and positive emotion overload the system, the brain adds a drop of aggression to regulate the emotional baseline and bring you back to reality. But what triggers such a powerful reaction? The answer is evolution. There is a concept called neoteny, or the baby schema. Nature has hardwired a code into us for the survival of the species. If you see a creature with a large head relative to its body, huge eyes, a small nose, a round forehead, and clumsy movements, your limbic system screams, "Protect at all costs." Human children grow out of this schema. Their features sharpen, they get lanky, they look like adults, but pets have hacked this code. Dogs, cats, rabbits, they are biologically preserved in this infant state. Evolution even helped them along. Did you know that dogs have developed a specific muscle above their eye that wolves do not have? It exists solely to make puppy dog eyes, mimicking human expressions of sadness. When you look at them, your brain floods you with oxytocin. This is the hormone of attachment, trust, and love. fMRI studies show that the chemical signature in the brain of a woman looking at her dog is nearly identical to that of a mother looking at her child. So when you call yourself a dog mom, you aren't role-playing. You are stating a biochemical fact. You are a parent because your body has decided you're one. Hormones are just the hardware. Let's talk about the software, attachment theory. In the human world, attachment is a minefield. It's always a risk. Children grow up and judge you, partners can cheat, friends can betray. Humans learn to say, I hate you. Humans are complex. They have egos, ambitions, and trauma. Human love, no matter how much we wish otherwise, often comes with conditions. Pet parenting is the only love in your life without conditions. 0. For the person who projects parental feelings onto an animal, the beast becomes what psychologists call a secure base. It is a safe haven in the storm of human relationships. A pet offers emotional connection without the risk of rejection. You can be unsuccessful, you can be ugly by societal standards, you can lose your job, your cat doesn't care, your dog won't criticize your career choices or tell you that you've gained weight. They offer you raw, pure emotion. This is especially magnetic for people with an anxious attachment style or those exhausted by emotional roller coasters. A pet is the antidote to the complexity of the modern world. It is a relationship frozen in the honeymoon phase. The joy of nurturing exists without the pain of separation. We live in an epidemic of loneliness and touch starvation. We sit on Zoom for hours but go months without hugging anyone. An animal fills this physical deficit. The warm, living weight of a dog pressed against your side is a powerful signal to the nervous system. You are not alone, you are safe, the pack is here. Cortisol drops, blood pressure stabilizes. It's not just nice, it is physiological stress regulation. That is why we spoil them. That is why we buy them organic food, let them sleep in our beds, and tolerate fur on our clothes. It's not stupidity, it's a transaction. We reward them for making us psychologically stable, like we create a paradise for them because they create an island of safety for us. Now let's look in the mirror. Who are you? Society loves labels. Crazy cat lady, or the couple replacing a baby with a dog. This is a lazy, superficial analysis. The truth is, people who treat pets like children are often people with a massive, untapped potential for caregiving. You are high-functioning nurturers. In your friend group, you're likely the one making sure everyone gets home safe. You remember who has allergies. You're the one carrying the Band-Aids and ibuprofen. For millennials and Gen Z, there is also a harsh economic factor. Let's be honest, the world has become expensive and scary. Buying a home feels like a pipe dream. The future is foggy. Now, the traditional markers of adulthood, house, spouse, 3 kids, are economically out of reach for many, or indefinitely postponed. But the instinct to care doesn't just vanish, it's hardwired. It needs an outlet. The pet becomes the reservoir for all that energy. It is not a surrogate in a bad way, it is an alternative. It is parenting light that fits into the schedule of a modern city. It is the ability to have a family without sacrificing your remaining financial freedom. You are telling the world, I have love to give, and I will give it to the creature that appreciates it the most. And there is another layer, a darker but important one: control. Raising a human is chaos. You can be a perfect parent and your child can still fall into the wrong crowd or choose a path that breaks your heart. With a pet, you have total power. You are the god of their world. For people who feel their own lives are spiraling out of control, unstable jobs, political crises, anxiety, caring for a pet becomes therapy. Strict feeding schedules, researching the perfect diet, walks at exact times. This is a way to structure reality. When you can't control the world, it feels good to control the food bowl. It feels good to know you can make at least one life 100% happy and healthy. But not everyone loves the same way. I've analyzed hundreds of stories and identified 3 main archetypes of pet parents. Which one are you? Type 1, the sentinel, the anxious protector. You don't trust dog sitters. You have a camera at home to watch the cat while you're at work. You read the ingredients on the dog food bag more carefully than your own groceries. If the dog sneezes, you're already Googling symptoms. Psychology says this about you. You have high empathy but also high anxiety. Your pet is your external heart, your vulnerable spot running around the apartment. As long as they are okay, you are okay. You treat them like a fragile child because you know too well how dangerous the world is. Your love is a shield. Type 2, the soulmate, the intellectual partner. You have a dialogue with your pet. You talk to them, and you swear they understand not just the tone, but the meaning of the words. You often catch yourself thinking that a Friday night on the couch with the dog is better than a night out at a bar with humans. Psychology says you are seeking deep, authentic intimacy. Humans often force you to wear social masks to pretend. An animal allows you to take the armor off. You are likely an introvert, a thinker. You treat the pet like a child, but also like a best friend who knows how to keep secrets. Type 3, the redeemer, the healer. These are often the owners of rescue animals, the ones found on the street, beaten, sick, or terrified. You took them when they were broken, and you fixed them. You healed their body and warmed their soul. Psychology says, by saving them, you are subconsciously saving a part of yourself. Every time you show kindness to this creature, you prove to yourself and the universe that goodness exists. It is the most noble form of projection. You give them the protection and the chance that perhaps you once needed yourself. And here we arrive at the most powerful psychological aspect: therapy. How do pets heal us? Through a mechanism psychologists call reparenting. Think about how you talk to your dog. What voice do you use? What words? Who's a good boy? You're so smart. Well, you're my sweetie pie. It's okay. I'm here. Now answer honestly. Did your parents speak to you like that when you were small? If not, then magic is happening. When you say these words to a creature that depends entirely on you, your brain hears them. You as an adult are giving this little being the love, patience, acceptance, and safety that you lacked in your own childhood. Every time you buy them a toy, just because, you are delighting your own inner child who maybe didn't get enough gifts. Every time you soothe a cat during a thunderstorm, you are soothing the part of yourself that was left alone in the dark. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of being a kind, loving, protective parent. You are breaking the cycle of pain and trauma using a different species as the conduit. This is healing. That is why it hurts so much when people mock it. They don't see that behind the silly dog sweater is a human being trying to put more love into the world than they took out of it. And precisely because of the depth of this bond, that the other side of the coin is so dark. When we love them like children, so we mourn them like children. This is the hardest part, when a pet parent loses their fur baby, they encounter a phenomenon called disenfranchised grief. Society often denies us the right to mourn. Colleagues say, well, it was just a dog. Get a new one. Friends tell you to cheer up, but your brain is in panic mode. For your psyche, this is a catastrophe. It has lost its primary source of oxytocin. It has lost its anchor. The house becomes deafeningly quiet. You lose your routine. You don't need to wake up at 6 a.m., and that vacuum drives you crazy. But most importantly, you lose the only witness to your private life, the creature that saw you in your underwear, in tears, in sickness, and in health, and continued to love you. If you're going through this, know this: your pain is valid. You have lost a family member. Do not let anyone minimize the scale of this loss. Grief is the price we pay for great love, and in this case, the price is worth it. So where does this leave us? We are living in a unique time where the very definition of family is expanding. For millennia, family was about survival, genetics, and lineage. Today, family is about emotional resonance and the connection of souls. If you treat your pet like your child, you are not weird. You are a pioneer of a new emotional reality. You are proving that biology is not the only criteria for kinship. Love defines family, though there is a profound spiritual maturity in looking at a creature that cannot speak, that looks nothing like you, and saying, "You are mine, and I am responsible for you." You have found the purest form of relationship available to humans. A relationship free of lies, free of ego, free of social games. You chose to be a guardian for a soul that cannot express itself in words, and in return, you received a loyalty that needs no words. So go ahead. Buy that ridiculous costume, cook them farm-fresh chicken, talk to them in that silly, high-pitched voice. In a world that can be so cold, cynical, and complicated, loving someone with your whole heart is never a mistake. It is an act of bravery. If you've listened this far and understand exactly what I'm talking about, if you have a tail-wagging friend who may have saved your life simply by their presence, hit the like button. Let's show the algorithms and the world just how many of us there are. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What type of pet parent are you? Guardian, soulmate, or savior? Or maybe you have your own category? Share your story below. And if you want to delve deeper into the hidden psychology of our feelings and behavior, subscribe to the channel. Remember, family isn't always about whose DNA you share. Family is the one waiting for you at the door, wagging their tail when you finally get home.